Hey Chris here, welcome back to the Investing Boss channel, where in this video, we'll get on my phone here at the side and I'll show you exactly how easy it is to start owning a share of US property through the Stake Investing app. Before we get into it though, I'd just like to quickly mention the Investing Boss Facebook group, which there'll be a link to down in the description if you're not yet a member. If you're not on Facebook and you'd like to join my Discord group, you can go ahead and check out the link in the description for the VIP access there and get joined up. But getting into the video, sharing my phone screen then, and do forgive me if I'm looking down because I am checking it literally live here, just sharing my screen. Stake, of course, is the investing app based in the UAE in Dubai where you can buy shares of properties. So there's a few different ways you can do it now. Currently, if you wanted to buy shares of apartments in Dubai, there's 7 available. So there's a nice high yield one there that's going to get funded very, very soon there, 94% funded. Then they also have ones, fix and flips they call them. Like this one, it's £3.1 million. That's 55% funded and you wouldn't get rental income from that. You literally just invest into it, stake, then renovate the property and sell it when the renovations have taken place. But you can go ahead and click on this button in the bottom right hand corner here and it gives you further options now. About a year ago, the only option was to just buy shares in properties. Now they have funds and also Stake One, which Stake One, there'll be a completely separate video on that. You can buy full properties through the app now. You don't have to buy shares. If you've got the money and you can afford it, you can buy the whole property. It's currently just off-plan properties that you can get in there at the moment, so I might wait to do the video on that part of the app when you can invest in actual properties that are completed. But what we're interested in here is funds. So if I go ahead and click funds, that's going to switch markets here. And you can only check these out through the app. If you try and do this through the desktop version, it won't work. It all has to be done on the app here. With desktop, you can check things like the basic properties in Dubai, the apartments, and you can still invest in them. But really, this is set up for using the app. What we can see then, if I just click on funded before we check out the US ones, you can see they had 3 in Saudi Arabia. So they started off with Saudi. The first one there was income generating. Then the second one was a fixed and lease, where they do the property up and then lease it out and you get rental income and the capital appreciation. So that was a great return there. I didn't have any money to invest in these 2 at the time, or else I would have done, because they've been really, really good returns. And then the final one they had, which is fully funded now, is literally just a development, so it hadn't been built yet, and that's also a fantastic estimated annual rate of return of 15% per year for the 4 years there. Now if we click back to available, you can see this one here, not quite as good a returns as the 3 Saudi ones. Now I have my thoughts on why that is. I think Saudi Arabia is more developing at the moment than the US. Obviously there's a lot of development already happened in America. I still think this one is worth putting a little bit of money into, not financial advice. That's because you can see there, dividend yield 7.5%, annual rate of return with the capital appreciation is over 8.5%. Personally, I'm not going to invest loads of money into this, but I am going to invest a small amount of money just so I can say I own some shares of these US warehouses. Now, if we click onto this, you can see it's live at the moment. It was just released in this past week in the sort of middle of October 2025. What they do is they actually release these in stages. So because it's so much money, the first release is £3 million there, and then they'll do another release and another one till it's fully funded. But if I click on the photos first then and just show you a few of these pictures. So there's one warehouse, then there's a couple more. And actually there's 27 warehouses that you'll own shares in here. So lots of diversification. That's just the 7 photos there. It's not like you're just investing in shares of one warehouse and you hope that the tenant pays the rent, because, you know, if they don't, then you're not going to get any rental income. Now, if I click on fund memo, and this is great information showing the fund summary, everyone that's involved in this. You can see there the fund size is 40 million Saudi Riyal, which is 10.6 million US dollars. Rental income is actually secured, tenants in place for at least 3 years, but the total fund term is 5 years. So when you invest into this, you've got to be prepared to not need that money for 5 years. You'll get it back at the end of the 5-year fund term. Minimum investment is 500 Saudi Riyal, which is roughly £100 or 130 US dollars. Dividend distribution frequency is monthly, so every month you're going to get your rental income paid. And then you can see the return on investment over the 5 years is 43.3%. The information there on where they're located, Minneapolis and Baltimore are the two main areas where these warehouses are located. Some information there on the US industrial sector and how it's showing over time it's a growing demand sector. Then it shows the Baltimore and Minneapolis market overview, so you can read that. I won't read it all out there for you, but you can pause the screen now. Or, of course, if you want to get the Stake app, you can do it via the link in the description, which is going to give you a £30 joining bonus, or roughly around like $45. If you just join Stake through any other means, you won't get that bonus, so it's definitely worth doing it through my link. Now, the opportunity here, it shows you the two states there, 27 buildings in total, and 242,000 square meters of property that you'll own. Then it goes to show that Minneapolis is 17 buildings and Baltimore is the 10 buildings there. Then it shows how many tenants in each and the occupancy percentage there. Forgive me if I'm skipping over some things, it's just because if I read it all out word for word, it would take ages. So it shows you where the properties are in the Baltimore portfolio, then on the Minneapolis one, where they are on that portfolio, and some more information on the property manager for those. And then just the same photos there we've already seen. Then we can go down and you can see the key tenants. So some familiar brands there like Best Buy, Target, 3M, etc., Under Armour, and how much of an area they take and the percentage of the portfolio, when it expires, etc., etc. I mean, Lincoln Development is a food services and theirs is for the entire 5 years, expires July 2030. Scrolling further down, you can see all the cost breakdowns there. Fees, which by the way, they're included when you invest your money. I'll show you how the fees work. It's not like you're investing into this and then you've got tons of fees to pay. They're actually quite low and very reasonable, as you can see there. Then an overview about Stake. So over 1 million users now, including myself, 200 plus countries involved with 1.2 billion Saudi Riyal in property transactions under their belt now. It's really good here how they include all this info. But if we go back from that, scroll further down here, it just shows more information, again repeating that it's 3 years tenancy secured and also the dividend payments there. Then we got the first release of 15 million Saudi Riyal, which is nearly 40% funded. Be a couple more releases here with it being a 40 million Saudi Riyal total fund size. Then some more information on the fund strategy, talking about income generating and assets in US dollars, etc., etc. And then there's a neat little calculator there. So if you were able to afford to invest 100,000 Saudi Riyal, that's £20,000, you would be getting over £100 a month there, because that's £1,506 per year. Then you'd also have £1,165 capital appreciation. Really nice. It just shows you literally go from 20,000 to 28, nearly 29,000 in the 5 years. Scrolling further down, there's a couple of videos here. Just if we click this one, I won't play the whole thing. But
Corp is a leading global provider of alternative investments.
That's a gentleman from Investcorp, and he's just talking about the fund there, which you can obviously watch yourself when you've got the app, or you may already have the Stake app. We have an expected funding date of the 7th of December, issued documents on the 22nd of December, and then you should get the first rental payment by the end of December, so 31st of December 2025. Then we can see here just some more info. You can click on these here and actually go into Google Maps and check exactly where the properties are. I won't do that, but it's great to have that as an option. Then if I go back here, just backs me out there. There's more documents here, which definitely won't go through all of those because it would take ages on this video, but we can go down here and that's everything. So there's frequently asked questions and you can chat to the Stake team there by clicking that at the bottom. So this is how quick and easy it is. I want to invest 2,500 Saudi Riyal, which is £502. So I'll just click add to cart. Now I've actually already invested £100 or roughly 130 US dollars into this fund as a practice because I hadn't bought any funds before. So I did that off the video recording and now I know what I'm doing for this, so I can just show you here. Because I'm in the pro tier, I believe it is, I'll get 0.5% cash back with my investment, investment, which is £2.51 I'll get back, which is great. So all I'm going to do here with my amount typed in that I want is click on checkout. We have investment amount, £502, subscription fee of 2%, which is £10 fee there. Value added tax of £1.51. So the total payment is £513.67. I'll go ahead and click on pay. So it's processing payment. And there we go. It literally took me about a second to confirm with my banking app, saying investment confirmed, total payment amount £513.67. So I can go ahead now, click on continue. What it's showing now is I had 50 units because each unit of it is £2. Now I have 300 units and it's saying funding in progress. What I'll do in a future video is actually, when I'm getting rental income from this, included in my portfolio updates, I'll show you what rental income I'm getting, and then I can also show like other funds that I might be investing in and building here on the Stake platform. So do be sure to subscribe if that's something that interests you. But please do tap the like button below if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.